it's going to be green light racing here at Monza. Here goes Noah. We're going to try and go wheel to wheel with the leader. Vic, once again, back on the top step. We did say take it easy. Oh my goodness. Sinead's going to go for it here into 14, 15. Side by side, is it going to be Mercedes or is it going to be a BMW?
Welcome along, race fans. It is Friday, dawn of the weekend, so it's party time, and we're going to have party time on track this evening. It is the MX5s, and we're at Watkins Glen, very shortly kicking off with qualifying. And this should be interesting, to say the least. We've got a pretty packed up grid. Before we get into the details, of course, a quick shout out to our affiliates at Asetek. So if you're in the market for all those sim gear goodies, wheels, pedals, shifters, sim stuff, good stuff. Head on down to their store, fill up your basket, get to the checkout, and enter the code Phoenix Sim Sport for 5% off on us. And yes, Mav, it is time for MX5s, and it's going to be an absolute great one today by the looks of things. As we see the end of practice, we're just going to have a little look at what's going on. We see Peck and Fiala, Sopen in there. Cody's out on track. There's GOVEE. Good to see him back on track as well. We are joined this evening in the comms box by Jake. Welcome along, Jake. How we doing?
Hello, yeah, good, thank you.
It's good to have you along, dude. You had a couple of test laps, cheeky test laps before we jumped in the comms box, and you got yourself a decent lap time on the board, so, you know.
I did, yeah. I was very tempted, like I said to you, about sneaking in and doing that, not taking a back seat on the comms this week, but you know, I couldn't let you down, and yeah, it was a decent lap. Did about 20 minutes worth, but managed to get myself 0.3 off Mikael, so I was quite pleased with that. And yeah, like I say, didn't do much practice, but couldn't let you down. But we should be in for a great night's racing yet again, with pretty much a good decent sized grid as well.
Well, I do appreciate you sticking it out in the comms box with me for this week, even though it would have been awesome to see you on track as well, especially with what looked like a very competitive time. But yeah, it'll definitely be plenty of action for the both of us to carry on through. We have Rainfall VR shouting that he is back in the chat. Hello, welcome. We've got an action-packed MX5 Friday night set up for you guys. We're in the overtime, so quality will be getting underway very shortly. It's the guys last bits of anger. We saw some pretty fast times in practice. 124s for a few of the drivers. Pretty close packed grid, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be like the mid-pack again, isn't it? Going to have the couple of usual suspects running away at the top. But mid-pack, isn't it? I think, again, that's going to be the close one to watch.
I think so. And we might get our runners away at the front. We'll just have to see. So anything's going to happen. We do have Cody in and amongst the action this evening, though I was having some technical issues, slightly technical issues, as was Miku coming into the race, so not much prep there. Mikael was setting some seriously fast times, but yeah, mid-grid looked quite interesting. Not too much to separate the drivers out there.
Yeah, definitely. As we've got most drivers coming back to the pits now, haven't we? Ready for qualifying to get underway. So usual format back this evening with our 10-minute qualifying session and then our two 20-minute races, with the second race being a reverse grid. So always good, but focus on qualifying now. There's not long to go till the cars go out ready for qualifying.
Yeah, if there's anything like the Taxis from last night, it'll be an absolute gaggle of geese coming out of that pit lane. They'll be waddling their way out onto track. 10 minutes is not an awful lot of time, even though we are running the short circuit here at Watkins Glen this evening. It's not much time for these guys to lay down some rubber for a fast time. And as we saw in the Tatus yesterday, space was king for practice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a bit manic in qualifying. Like you say, all of us, well, and me, all waddling out from the pit lane. But, yeah, should be good tonight. I mean, just looking from practice times, we had Mikael set a 124.488, so that was a decent lap. And then in second, we had Nesta with a 124.8, so just 0.3 back from Mikael. So he looks like the early contender up there, but you know, fairly close throughout. We've got some good battles, 5th, 6th and 7th, and some fairly close battles around the area of where Mav is. A couple of attempts between. Should be good, shouldn't it?
Should be really good indeed. It's good to see the DLX boys being nose to tail there up at the front. So big shout out to the Deluxe boys. The Spanish racing outfit seem to be doing very well in every discipline they've been entering this season in Phoenix Sim Sports. So good to see those two. And qualifying now underway. And what's your predictions then, Jake, for the outcome of qualifying? We've got some fast guys running around this week.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be the usual suspects. Mikael up there, like we saw in practice. And maybe Alan. We didn't see him last week, but Alan making a return. We saw him. He was quick at round 2 at Daytona, so he could be up there. But yeah, my bet's probably on Mikael to get the best lap and take pole position. What do you think?
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. I could say it's going to be Mikael, or if Miku can get a good little run, as we watch him battling Matt on the outlap and getting behind Nestor. So yeah, I'm going to go with Mikael or Miku for this one, but we could have some dark horses in and amongst this. One of them being Cody, if he can get himself a good little run.
Yeah, we saw he was decent, didn't we? Was he? He was at last week nautically, wasn't he? Showing quite a good pace. But look, they're all ready, going at it as if it's racing. Look, 3 wide, yeah, why not?
All squabbling for position. As we said, track position is kind of king for qualifying. You don't want to be too close to the guy in front, and you know, you don't want the guy behind being too close to you throughout your fast lap. And at the moment, as we see Nestor and GOVEE coming together, we've already got ourselves a bit of a carry on here in qualifying.
Yeah.
So, not a great start.
No, definitely not. I mean, we're just getting riding on board with Miku at the moment. He's just gone over the line, so this will be his first flying lap, this lap that we're watching. Down into turn 1.
See a squabble of cars behind. And led by GOVEE at the moment. Matt not far behind, then it's Louis. And Miku up behind Brizzen, Mav out ahead, and Mikael way out in front, setting his lap time at the moment. So 1:25.1 from Mikael.
Very decent outlap, wasn't it? It was pretty
Very,
quick.
very good outlap.
Yeah, some of the drivers just getting to that, even in proper flying laps. So 1:25.1, great to see, even from out the pit. So very impressive. So we'll see what Miku can do on this lap to set his first lap time of the evening.
There's a bit of a wiggle there coming out the chicane from Miku, but a long drag round, and it's just flat out really for these cars down here, so it'll be a slipstream more for sure as they come up to the next braking left. So we'll just have to see. He's a little far back from GOVEE to Brisbane, sorry, to make that, but GOVEE was within a second of him, Miku, so maybe GOVEE catching a slight bit of toe there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's going to be important, isn't it, even in qualifying, to get that toe to... I mean, I was doing it with one of my mates in practice, getting a bit of a toe, and vice versa, he was as well.
And there's your first lap times going in. A 1:24.6 from Mikael and a 1:24.9 from Miku. 1:25.0 from Mav, so very respectable time there from Maverick. GOVEE in 4th, Matt in 5th. Almost identical times to GOVEE as Cody jumps up to P4 there with a 1:25.3. It's all been changed. Aiden with a 1:27.3 in P11. And it's Fiala holding up the top 10 at the moment. Alan, bang, P3, 1:24.9 as well. And it's 8/1000ths of a second off the back of Miku. That's ridiculously close up the front.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's great to see. I mean, they're all getting quicker and it's qualifying, so we're going to have good battles on our hands, aren't we?
If you look at 6th place, a 1:25.427 from GOVEE. Then 6th is a 1:25.434. 8th is a 1:25.441. 9th is a 1:25.471. That's 4 cars within a 10th of a second on their first runs.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's great to see. I mean, just going looking further down the order, Aiden with the 1:27.3. That's his best lap time of the afternoon because we've been practicing for quite a while this afternoon. Good to see that he's got into the 27s and below 27, so interesting to see what else he can do. Currently in P12.
Oof. Mikael setting a 1:24.2. There's a boundary and a half, and Miku responding with a 1:24.5. So there's still 3.5 tenths in it. And can Alan or Mav do anything about it? And Nestor banging in a 124.7 there, so that's very respectable. 419 up to 5th, dropping Mav all the way down. Cody, bang, a 124.4, so just under a 10th quicker than Miku, and 2/10 off of Mikkel. That's dropping Mav and Matt down to 7th and 8th respectively, so it's still all change. And we've still got just over, what, 5 minutes to go? 5 minutes on the dot?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just looking, I thought that 25 dead was a pretty respectable lap, but clearly that the top 6 are getting away with in the 24, so it's still very close. I mean, P5, P6, P7, P8, not separated by much at all, so good little fight there. And then we've got Mikkel with a little advantage, only 0.2 though, and we've seen how in the races that this totally changes with all the action. But yeah, like you say, we've only got about 4.5 minutes to go. So
yeah.
A couple more laps, and then yeah,
one second covering just over a second covering the entire top 10 at the moment. That's ridiculously close. This field, as we see Miku backing off, letting Nestor continue the run. So I wonder if Miku's going to try one more push lap, maybe even two. Brisen up to P9 then. Sopanen dropping down to 10th.
Great to see a second, like you say, between the top 10. I think that must be one of the closest, well, probably the closest qualifying sessions we've had in the MX5 so far. So great to see that obviously the track and the cars now clicked, this track's clicked with the drivers, likewise with the car, and obviously people are getting quicker, as obviously we're seeing the gaps only a second from 1st to 10th.
Yeah, it's not exactly like the skill ceilings come down any, it's pretty much gone up. It's just everyone's managed to respond in kind to the skill ceiling going up, being set by the faster drivers. And yeah, it's just made for some absolutely fantastic, close, fast racing. And
Yeah.
as we see, Mikkel's gone back out for another stab at it, by the looks of things. Alan very respectably P5 at the moment, only a 10th behind Nestor in P4. Big shout out to Nestor at the moment, who we're on board with. Great run. P4 had a great run in the taxes as well yesterday, did Nestor, so in high spirits round Watkins Glen it is. As we see Nestor going a little bit wide there. Followed by Miki going very, very wide there. So, Miku really pushing it, missing the apex on the exit.
That's a tricky corner. When I was doing a couple of test laps earlier, I mean, it's a bit of a survive, or you just either have to brave it or you're dead. Otherwise, it's as we see Miku go even quicker.
No improvement there from Miku. No, it was an improvement from Cody to move within a within 1/1000th, and he's back in the pits. 1/1000th of Mikkel. Nestor improving as well to go within 2/1000ths of Miku. So there was improvements. It just wasn't Miku that time. And they are running very low on time into the final 2 minutes of qualifying. And it is still all go at the front. And it is Mikkel leading Cody. And there's literally nothing in it. A blink of an eye separates the top two. Miku and Nestor in the same situation for P3 and 4. And it is Alan just a little bit further in P5, 419 in 6th, Map in 7th, Matt in 8th, Brisen 9th, Sopan in 10th, Weeby in 11th, Fiala in 12th, Peck in 13th, Aiden in 14th, Louis in 15th, Brian is at the tail of the pack in 16th, but still absolutely rapid scenes at the moment. And Aiden only 0.2 of a second off the back of Michael Peck for P13, so a good run there from Aiden. As Reguibi improves up to P9. Let's see if Matt can do anything about his P8 at the moment. And we are running out of time here in qualifying, down to the final minute. Who is going to take pole position here for race 1? As Matt goes wide, and he knows that's it. He might get one more go at it. He will be able to cross the line and have one more go, will Matt? And he's going to use the slipstream of current provisional pole sitter Mikkel, who doesn't get an improvement on his time. So he is going for one more. Who is going to be last across the line? to set a time. We will see. We have a few who have already given up. 4:19 gets across the line just in time. You'll get to set a lap.
Some of them have gone back to the pits now, haven't they? Given up with the last minute or so to go.
Brisen might get lucky. No, I don't think Brisen's going to make it across the line in time, so Brisen will be the first one to set a final lap time here. P10 currently on a 1:25.1. Can Brisen improve any at all? And across the line for Brisen. And it is unfortunately no improvement. P10 for Brisen right now. Are we going to get any improvements up the front? Let's see on board with Mikkel. And he has Matt Pryor, Alan and Miku all behind him. They're all on fast laps. And can anyone take pole position of this man right now? And here comes Mikkel to cross the line. It is an improvement, 1:24.1. He sets a new lap time there, and I don't think anyone's improving on that.
That's an absolute brilliant lap from Mikkel to go even quicker on the last lap, just to extend it ever so slightly, but nothing between the top two.
Aye, nothing at all, and it is 4:19 who does make the late improvement up to 4th place with a 1:24.586, 6/1000ths off the tail of Miku to displace Nestor. So a great lap there from 4:19 right at the death. Well, what a grid that's looking like. Mikkel takes pole position, and he takes it by 1/10 of a second over Cody. And then it's Miku who takes 3rd place. 4:19 into 4th with the last minute run there. And displacing Nestor down into 5th. Alan will take 6th. Mav in 7th. Matt in 8th. And it's Miro who jumped up to 9th in the end there. Brisen couldn't improve right at the end, so still in 10th. Soperin will take 11th. Fiala 12th. Peck will take 13th. Garcia, Brian, sorry, he will take 14th. And Aiden will sit P15. Louis right at the back though. Bring up the rear of the field, P16. But all to play.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking further down the order, forgot to mention earlier, Aiden in P15. It's good to see him out there, despite him having a broken toe. So, very impressive, even to get out there and set a quicker lap than he has earlier. So, he's out there with a broken toe, but he's out there getting the points. Just great to see him back out at another track, isn't it?
Well, it's quite an achievement if he's out there on a broken toe. Definitely not the easiest things to drive with a broken toe, but kudos to him. And yeah, if he set his fastest time of the weekend, he can only get faster, that's the thing. And he's well within the reach of a few guys just up ahead of him. So if he keeps him, improving as good as he is at this rate, I have a feeling that by the end of today, Aiden could definitely push up, I'd say, P14, P13. That'd be nice for him to see.
I mean, we saw that at the last couple of rounds, didn't we? Definitely at Daytona round 2, where he made some massive improvements, getting that lap time, I think, down at one point from the start of the evening down to like good 3 or 4 seconds, didn't he? He's gone consistently well at most tracks, hasn't he? He's not had any disasters, which is good, so he's getting points on the board at every track so far.
And that's exactly what he's wanting. And as long as he's getting points, his championship is going to be looking good. And it's going to be a good confidence boost for him, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's already planning to probably do the MX5s again once this season finishes. So it's good to see already that, we're not even halfway through this, but yeah, he's already looking forward to the next season already.
Well, as you said, he's very new to sim racing. This is his first official kind of league and sim setup, so it's a great series to get into if you are just getting into sim racing or the MX5s. And so are the Tatuses as well. Not huge on power. Well, the Tatus is not huge on power, great on downforce. They are great entry-level open wheelers, but the MX5 is for what they are, for entry-level cars, for racing cars anyway. Absolutely fantastic fun. And yeah, so if anyone's watching and you are interested in joining up, plenty of spaces open. We'd love to see these grids even more packed. There would have been 43 available tonight here at Watkins Glen, so we'd love to see a field that big. So if you're interested, very much a beginner-friendly series of the MX5s, come join us. And we will definitely love to see you on the grid. And you can find us through the Sim Grid, just searching up Phoenix Sim Sport. And we have the Discord links in the Twitch description below. Or if you just go discord.gg/Phoenix Sim Sport, you'll get an instant link to us. And yeah, you'll be welcomed. Very much welcomed. We'd love to see every grid filled up. MX5s tonight. We've got ACC tomorrow at Zolder. And it's looking a wee bit drizzly for the drivers tomorrow. And then LMU. Oh, we're at... Monza Curva Grande tomorrow for LMU. That's going to be an absolutely amazing event to watch out for, and all being live streamed here as well.
Yeah, definitely. The LMU, I'll be back for that one tomorrow night, so looking forward to that. I had a couple of weeks off due to some commitments, but pretty sure I'll be back for that one.
Oh, absolutely. You've joined back for an absolute cracker. Curva Grande, Monza, the GT3's looking pretty quick. The hypercars looking extremely quick. And the amount of overtakes that are going to take place there is going to be absolutely unbelievable. It's going to be an absolute spectacle, and everyone should be there to watch it. So that'll be from tomorrow evening. I do believe that kicks off 8 o'clock UTC. And ACC will kick off at 3 o'clock UTC tomorrow. And as I said, they're looking for a bit of drizzle in Zolder, a bit of the miserable Belgian spring weather coming along. Well, we're back to focusing on the MX5s, looking over Mav at the moment, and we're just about to get ready for race number 1. And are we all going to get excited for this one? Lights are about to go red. Revs are up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see how long they're held for. And we are underway here at race number 1.
Start from Mav, wasn't it?
It's a good, alright start. RGOVEE got a good run on the outside there. Let's see if everyone's going to make it down. RGOVEE does make the move down the inside of a couple of drivers there, including Matt Pryor. So Mav falling behind Sopanen.
Most of the drivers kept it clean.
Everyone...
Aiken's up a position as well.
Yeah, he's had a good start up to P14 right behind Peck at the moment. But we've got battles going on at the top of the field, and it's Cody versus Mikkel. Miku holding up the pack a little bit further back now. Almost a second already. And look at that, 3 abreast going into the chicane. It looks like it's Nestor who's got it up the inside, forcing Mikkel onto the grass. Miku, sorry. They come banging. So Miku going back down the way. He's now P7. So it's all kicking off here, lap 1.
Yeah, definitely. We predicted the midfield would be the most action-packed, didn't we? We've got a big group of cars for 3rd, 4th, 5th. A very big group, in fact. We're already starting to see a lot of sideways moments and 3 wide moments already, and we're only just on the first lap, finishing the first lap. So great to see some.
Whoa, there goes Mav into the pit lane. We've got a couple of wiggly Mazdas there, but that was Mav entering the pit lane backwards, unfortunately. And I'm pretty sure his mechanics would have told him otherwise. No, 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 go away.
Yeah, I was in testing earlier in practice when I was following Mav. That happened to him a couple of times, so I don't know whether he had a bit of contact back there or it's just unsettles at that point, but that happened to him in a couple of laps on the testing earlier.
We've got some more moves going up at the front. Cody and Mikkel battling away. Alan doing a great job up to P3, going around the outside of Nestor just at the top of the picture before we get to the chicane. Then we're about to go 3 wide again. Mikkel down the inside. Matt just sitting at the back looking for a little gap, and he's found it round 419, and that puts him up the back end of Miku, who is battling RGOVEE and makes the line round the outside. Matt's like, thanks very much, I'm just going to follow you, mate. And RGOVEE doesn't really have much of a defence on the tighter line. And off they go. Miku up to P5, Matt up to P6, and RGOVEE dropping down to 7th. So all change in the mid-pack.
There we got a change for the lead as well. Cody up into P1.
And Mikkel, as we say that, switching straight back to take the position. So this is where the big fight is at the moment. Up at the front. Oh, Miku bashing off the wall. He's trying. He's pushing as hard as he can.
Very fast time from Alan.
Alan.
4-7 to start.
He's definitely going fast and wide by the looks of things. But he is chasing. So Cody all over the back of Mikkel. He's going to keep him honest this race, I can tell. Oh, he's got a good run there. Is he going to try and take him around the outside? Is Mikel going to give him the space to? Down the inside now. And Cody looks like he's got a real good run here on Mikel. And up into P1, and he'll have the more ideal line going into the chicane. Look at all the gaggle of cars behind.
It's great stuff. We've got a brilliant fight in the mid-pack, but the main battle we're watching was for the front. But as we ride on board with GOVEE in a P7, he's trying to fight back Miku in P6 to get that place back after. It was this corner exactly last lap where we saw both of them take advantage of him.
Yeah, and the one that's taking the most advantage here is Matt. Didn't notice, but he's now leading this pack up in P5. 2 seconds off the back of Nestor, though. Mikel and Cody battling ever so more. Nestor all over the back of Alan as well, just as you see in the picture. There's lots of battles going on here, and we're only at the early stages. Still got just over 15 minutes to go, over 15 and a half minutes left.
Some good fights further down the field as well. Aiden up to P13. Some good fights for 14th and 15th. Mav dropped down to 15th, so I don't know what's happened to him.
He's had that bad incident where he was backwards in the pit lane to start. When the Miku and Matt battle ahead going on. And that is the battle for 5th place. And there's still a massive battle going on at the front for the lead. We're going to go a little further back. And what's going on here is Aiden. And that's Mav getting past Aiden at the moment. And just behind him is Louis and Brian. So, sitting happy at the moment in P14.
Some very bright liveries, haven't we, near the back of the field. Great to see some nice variety of liveries further back. We've got the orange and blue. We've got the black and green, some yellow. Some nice liveries further back.
Some nice ones indeed. So we see Aiden skipping the car quite nicely across the chicane there. Oh, he's made a mistake though. As I think Louis also made a mistake. Brian looks like he's going to come through on that. And here he comes. Down the inside. Well, it will be the inside, yep. On Aiden.
Really playing a part, isn't it, here?
Yep.
He tries to switch back to the inside.
Is he going to have the run? Whoa, as Louis goes way wide there. He's looking for a move down the inside of Aiden right now. They make contact. And Aiden pushed out wide. Naughty there from Louis, but Aiden's not giving up.
From Aiden, though. Well held.
Well held. Way up to the inside line from Aiden. He's not giving Louis any inches. That's an extremely tight line off the curb though. Going to push him wide. Slaps the tail out. Louis going to have a better run here going through the uphill complex. And a little bit scruffy there from Aiden through the first turn. And say it's going to compromise him all the way up the hill here now. And yep, Louis makes the move stick. But hopefully in the slipstream he should be able to drag himself all the way back up the straight. And get Louis back at the chicane.
Yeah, we saw the slipstream plays a very vital part in every race at any track, doesn't it? So Aiden just following his exact wheel track starts to pull out up towards the chicane. Thinks better of it though, has a little bit of a twitch over the chicane. But Louis runs wide over the grass. That's only going to bring Aiden closer up to try and get the move back up, and he's back up to P15. So good fight between these two.
A very good fight as we see Louis losing it again. And he has lost it indeed. Louis loses it there to Aiden. Aiden, great driving up to P15. But we've got a bit more of a battle going up here on at the moment. And it is between Sopanen, 419, and Matt Pryor. We've got a bit of a spicy battle going on up ahead as well that we'll get to in a minute. Sopanen up the inside of Matt. It doesn't quite get it. 419 looks like he's going to pounce. He does. And is Fiala going to cut through as well? Fiala having a good run in P10 at the moment, keeping well with the pack. And this could be a really good run and opening up the inside here from Fiala.
This is going to be interesting down the straight. What they're going to do? Try? Is he going to? One of them going to try from the back to get 3 wide? What's going to be interesting down the chicane though?
Oh, look at this! Whoa! And that is Fiala making the mistake, cutting a wee bit too fine on the inside and putting it in the wall. So that is unfortunate from Fiala. Could run otherwise. And it is 419 who leads Matt from Sopanen. 7th, 8th and 9th. Pretty close on track, but we have got ourselves a little bit of a spicy battle up for the lead going on here. There is your leader, Mikel. Right ahead of him, right behind him, Cody. Then Alan right up the back. Nestor right up the back of Alan. And then it's Miku right up the back of Nestor.
Yeah, good fight, but it's going to be soon a 5-way battle. I think if these front two keep battling, Alan certainly got closer in the last couple of laps, but the main fight certainly first and second at the moment, but that's only going to bring in the 3 behind them as they keep continuing battling.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to make some absolute action-packed reverse grid action anyway for round 2. These guys coming through the pack while they're coming through each other like this is going to be something else to see, but we can see Nestor looking to make a move all over the back of Alan. Bump draft in there. As we see Mikel going up the inside of Cody again. Yeah, this is bringing Alan right into this fight right now.
Yeah, definitely, and Nestor's closing in as well, so all 4 of them is going to be very interesting as them both top 2 continue to battle.
This is going to be an absolutely extreme battle indeed. It's going to be fun to watch. We're not going to stray away from this one. Eyes on the whole way. And we'll stay with Alan as Mikel looks to try and squeeze Cody there a little bit. Alan's found the speed, the momentum coming out the corner. Nestor as well, sticking to the back as you said. Some real crazy stuff going on here as it looks like Alan's going to make a double move up the inside. We'll be hitting the wall there. And is Alan going to do the audacious double up the inside? No, he's thought better of it. Backing off. As Cody takes Mikel up the inside this time round. Giving each other plenty of space. Alan with another great run though, coming up the hill. He looks to already make the move past Cody. He's going to have the drive on Mikel.
This is going to be interesting down here because we sit in the slipstream's a very important part. Gives Mikel a drop, slightly unsettles the car, but he's still there. All the top 3, very interesting. This down towards the chicane. And now that's brought Nestor and Miku.
Let's say that top 3's turned into a top 5 now as we see Alan looking to make a move on Mikel. Mikel bouncing off the curbs there. What driving that? And there's a little gap forming at the front.
Yeah, so these top 5 absolutely all together are as one long Mazda soon. We've got Alan right on the back of Mikel, Cody right up behind Alan. But Alan, I think, is looking to make a move soon on Mikel. If he doesn't, he's just sticking behind. But we've certainly seen Alan closing in. Runs very, very wide, but he still keeps that P2. But it's going to be very interesting down to turn 1. I think we see that Alan's very strong out of this into the uphill section to get a good run.
Yes, but Cody with an absolute godlike drive there out the final corner. Look at Miku coming up behind Nestor as well into the first corner. Miku looking to make a little dive there. Nestor showing the door shut. And they don't want to battle too hard. This is letting Mikel get away a little bit out front. 0.8 of a second. Gaps further back down the order are stretching out. But this is a great battle for the top steps of the podium. A little bump draft there for Cody from Alan. As we see Nestor also keeping the door shut on Miku. So, up the straight we go again. Miku dropping back a little bit from Nestor. Mikel, the other DLX driver, up front. And that gap staying at 0.8 of a second right now. Big battle between Alan and Cody though for P2. But Cody's definitely got the pace. He's definitely got the pace on Mikel. Look at that gap coming down already. And this is before we even get to the slipstream here on the straight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cody's, we've seen in previous weeks, he's always up there, but certainly closing in on Mikel towards the end of this lap. So on board with Alan in P3. It's a bit of no man's land now. He's dropped slightly away from the top 2, but he's got a little gap behind him. So the main fight, I think, at the moment is between Mikel and Cody right at the front.
And this is what I think Alan and that will be wanting, is he want these two at the front to go off and fight each other, slow each other down again and draw them back into the pack.
Yeah, definitely. We see an absolute rapid time from Cody last lap, a 1:24.065. So it's a fantastic lap from him.
And he's absolutely stormed up the back end of Mikel. Yeah, this is great to see. Mikel really getting pushed in this race. Cody going for it, and this hopefully will start bringing Alan, Nestor, and Miku back into things. A gap to a second already between the top two, and then further back third place.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you say, it's just going to help, isn't it? This is what them three guys behind want to see them keep battling, and then like we saw earlier, a couple of laps ago, it brought them all back into contention where we saw Alan and the likes of Nestor making a lot of bold moves to try and get up further up the order. But now Cody past Mikel, is he going to pull away, or is it just going to be like an ordinary MX5 race and them all stick with both the top two sticking together?
I think we'll come back to that one shortly, though, because we do have a little bit of further battling a little bit behind, and it is Brisen trying to hold off Peck at the moment. For this is the battle for P10. As we see Peck going to look for a move maybe on the outside, Brisen on the narrower line. Mav looking to catch up as well after his early excursions. P12 at the moment for Mav. We'll keep the screen time off him so we're not cursing him. Change of positions at the front yet again between Mikel and Cody. That gap at the front, 1.7 seconds. So 1.3 seconds. So the top two pulling away while battling. And Miku finally getting the move done on Nestor early by the looks of things. And that puts him right on the tail of Alan. So a big change up at the front though. Nestor taking the position back from Miku. It's forever changing, as we saw an absolute wonderful move there from Michael on Brisen. Brisen struggling a little bit at the moment. Looks like he's got the run back on Michael.
Mikel and Louis having a good fight further down the order as well.
Yeah, 0.6 of a second between those two. Who's going to have this braver line here? Peck on the better one, and it is Brisen who backs off. And look at that, that's just opened the door for Mav. You can hear him buzzing in the background. There he is, Mav all over the back of Brisen now. And not too far at the back of that, Fiala, who's had a bit of a rough race. It's opening and Matt swapping positions by the looks of things.
Still good fight between Mikel and Cody, both switching positions constantly.
Yeah.
They pulled away, haven't they, from Alan? But
Yeah, not too much. Alan's sticking with him slightly. It's not been too much of a loss of time. Miku's dropped off the back of Nestor, though. Only 4 minutes to go in the first race here. We are watching Sopanen and Matt side by side through turn one, squeezing very nicely with each other. Matt back up to P8. And Sopanen down in P9. This battle for the lead is getting a bit frantic, isn't it? We should definitely switch back to it at the moment. And it is Cody in the slipstream of Mikel. And Alan still, he's there. We have Mav finally getting past Brisen. That is for P11. He's a second off the back of Peck. So he'll be looking to try and catch up and get himself back into the top 10. Which would be, I think, a good return from Mav.
Yeah, definitely. Impressive drive back from Mav from the early spin into the pit lane. So very decent to get back up the order. And he's still got 3 minutes to continue making moves to try and get back up into the top 10.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on his time, and he is already catching. That's 2/10 he's taken out of Peck already, so promising start from Mav, and his goal to make it into the top 10. Cody now 0.4 of a second off the back of Mikel. Mikel finding a nice little bit of pace at the moment, nice bit of rhythm. And Cody seems to be struggling ever so slightly. Nestor getting real close to the back of Alan right now. And Miku's still tailing. 0.7 now, so he's gained 0.5 over the last lap and a half. But running out of time to do anything about it. 2.5 minutes left of race one. And still very much anything to play for up at the front. We do have... something's been going on here. The top 10 battle got close. It looks like Peck's had a wee issue up ahead, and Mav now back ahead of Brisen, and a lot closer to Peck than he was a couple laps ago.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're seeing Mav getting back up the order. He's still got Brism right up behind him, but he's trying to ignore that a little bit, as we do see Brism make a slight mistake and run over the curb, so that's going to help Mav to get a little bit of a gap behind. Now he can just focus on catching Michael for P10.
Yep, and he's got an absolutely great drive off that corner, has Mav, and he does have Peck in his sights. This is for top 10 results. Mav would really like a top 10 after his start. He looks like he's running a little bit deep there. Missed his apex coming in. Though, got to give Peck his dues, having a solid race, sitting in P10 at the moment. 6.6 off the battle between Sopanen and Matt, that P8 battle that's going up ahead. And that battle at the front, still ongoing. 2.8 seconds the gap between Alan and the leaders. Mav is gonna hold. No, he's not. He's in the wall. Oh no. We have cursed Mav. It looks like that's him. End of the race, and he knows he's not getting anything more out of it. Mav retires, unfortunately. And Aiden and Louis having a nice little battle here up at the back.
Yeah, they've been having a good battle all race long, really. I mean, we saw Aiden get ahead early, but then Lewis made a slight mistake again, just going wide, so good fight between them two.
Absolutely. I'm going to go to the battle at the front, though, because we're running low on time, 16 seconds. We'll get one more lap in here at Watkins Glen for race 1. And it's only going to be just and no more. We get another lap in. Yep, 2 seconds left on the clock. They're forcing themselves to have another lap. Let's hope everyone had enough fuel for this.
Yeah, I made that mistake in race 1 yesterday. I got over the line because it was very tight over the line for the leaders. I got over the line with to finish the race with just 0.1 of a litre left. So I only just finished. I was like, please, because it went well yesterday for me in the first race and the second, but it was very tight on fuel. So hopefully these top 3 and throughout the whole field don't run out of fuel as they're all on their last lap. We've got a good fight. Right on board with Nesta. Good fight between these 3. Alan in P3, Nesta on the outside trying to make a move, but Alan keeps it into the chicane and still P3. So good fight between these 3 at the moment.
Great battle between them, and it's going to be all or nothing here going into the end. Miku looking to try and make a move, but there wasn't a gap. Nesta trying to go around the outside of Miku. Doesn't work. Miku with the cutback, but he's going to have the outside line here. But Al up at the front, though, goes to the wire. Cody versus Mikael as they round the last couple of corners here. Race 1. And it is looking like Mikael's going to have the checkered flag by just. And Mikael does take it from Cody. Almost a photo finish. Then it will be Alan from Miku from Nestor. Great run. Riguibi's going to come back and take P6. 4:19 for P7. And Matt with P8. It's open and falling down the orders. Peck with a P9 finish by the looks of things. That is extremely great to see from Michael Peck. Fiala in P10 with Brisbane right there as well in 11th. Sopanen will take 12th. And looks like Brian's going to take P13, Louis in 14th. With Aiden still battling though.
Yeah, they've got about half a lap to go.
Yeah.
Between these two. Great fight between these two.
We're going to stick on board with these two into the final parts of the lap. Big long straight to go. Aiden's all or nothing at the moment when it comes to P13.
Aiden gets quite a good run out of that corner.
Sounds like it. Alongside,
yeah,
he's got the outside though, that's the thing. Is he going to make the switch back? Oh, he does!
Yes.
Great move there by Aiden, and oh, so unlucky for Louis. A great move by Aiden.
Yeah, definitely. Just very unlucky for Louis, wasn't it? At the
end,
going wide and then just getting it all crossed up. But very impressive from Aiden, and with a broken toe. So P14 for him in the end. Very impressive.
P14, we'll take that. And it'll be him starting near the front of the grid as well for race 2. So, fantastic result there from Aiden. I'm going to quickly throw myself a coffee on though. So I'll be right back. I don't know if you want to just have a little chat about your thoughts of the race just while I get the kettle on.
Yeah, so it was a very impressive race. I mean, we had, obviously, we had Miku right up the front with Cody. Very impressive from them two as we were on board with Aiden. Doing some donuts at turn 1. Why not? He's finished the race. He's got a broken toe, but we'll carry on watching Aiden. Oh, he's finished. Stop now, but he's going to do some more donuts. But yeah, we had a very impressive race. Up and down the field, really. Some great battles up at the front, and obviously some great battles in the midfield like we predicted at the start. But yeah, getting ready for the reverse grid race, which always throws some bit of carnage into the mix. We got obviously the likes of Aiden and Louis starting at the front, and then obviously just reverse grid race of race 1 results. So we're gonna see the likes of obviously Miku, Mikhail, Alan, and obviously at the back of the grid trying to make their way through. Still on board with Aiden, doing some donuts at turn 1. He's got them donuts mastered. If this was a donut drifting competition, I think we could give the trophy to Aiden. Why not? But yeah, back into the pits. Couple of 3, 4 minutes, I'm guessing, till we go ready for the race.
Yep, we got about 3 minutes, yeah. So I'm just waiting on the kettle going. Apart from that, I will be good in about a minute's time. Chocolate buttons, a nice little mid-race snack, I think.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I've just had some randoms and some Haribos.
Oh,
getting,
nice.
Bit of sugar in me.
Oh, so you can
Good little combination. Yeah.
Get a little buzz.
Yeah, we need it for this race. I think they're going to tire us out after this one. We'll be out of breath, I think. A bit like normal reverse grid race.
Oh, yes, yeah. If it's anything to go by yesterday's reverse grid race here at Watkins Glen, it's going to be action-packed. We're going to want to try and stay on board with, I would probably say, 419 or Matt, to be honest, to see how the start goes from the mid, because I think it's going to be chaos.
Oh, it's always got to be it. Where I think every reverse grid, wherever it is, what track with the MX5s, even the Tatuses yesterday was total carnage. So I think we're going to see more of the same tonight. So not long till lights out. We'll run you through the grid when we get on to the grid. Not long until we go ready for race 2, the reverse grid. Hope you're all enjoying it so far. Keep them comments coming in the Twitch channel. But yeah, like I say, not long till we go again. And obviously full reverse grid, so it's going to be an interesting race.
Right. Coffee is good to go. And yes, we have just over 2.5 minutes until race start. So I'll get myself into position. This is going to be action-packed. Coffee definitely needed for what is going to be, no doubt, a mad race. And we are going to get it off from the start. So let's see who we got on pole position. Is it going to let me figure it out? Mav will be starting at the back. So pole position, it is Fiala on pole, followed by Michael Peck. Then it is Matt Pryor, 419. Reguibi, Snester. Then it's Miku, followed by Alan, Cody, Mikhail, Brisen, Sopanen, Brian. This is a very mixed up grid. Then it's Aiden, Louis, Mav. That's a very mixed up grid for a reverse grid order, but I think it's only reversed top 10. I believe just because of the chaos. We'll get P14, so it's only 10 to 1 in reverse. I thought so. I think it's just to kind of keep the carnage down a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably a good call, to be honest, because I know before we have had a full reverse grid, haven't we? Because I do remember seeing the likes of Aiden and some of the drivers further back being on pole.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more smarter just to avoid what has been a couple of cluttered starts in the last couple of races, just due to slower drivers. Just the mismatch in pace sometimes doesn't quite work out, but doesn't mean we're going to have any less action here at the start. We're going to be with Cody when the lights go out.
Yeah, so not long to go. Just under a minute.
That still looks like a strong grid.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, saw some great action in the first race, didn't we, throughout the field? So I think this race is going to be as interesting, if not more, because, like you say, it's a little bit of a mixed up grid. I mean, still got the obviously top 10 reverse, so they've still got a little bit of work to do, because all them top 10 were quite quick drivers, as we saw in qualifying, only a second separating them. And of course, some of them being mixed in as well, like Michael, who got up from near the back. I remember him starting like P13, P14, so impressive from him. So he'll be pleased starting on the front row as we get ready for the lights out.
We sure do. And it's going to be an absolute blinder, so get yourselves ready for this one, folks. Oh, the lights are on. We're going to get ourselves ready. We're on board with Cody. What an absolute start from Cody and Miku there. And that just kind of caught Nestor off by surprise a little bit. Cody looking absolutely rapid here down the inside. Everyone looking like they've got away nicely at the start. Alan dropping back one position, but look at that. That is a nice row of MX5s. Leading up the hill is Fiala from Matt. Peck is in P3. Looks like Matt's going to make a move for the lead though, and he does indeed. 419 on GOVEE as well. So everyone's away well up the hill. This is where we're going to see things really get intense.
Oh, look at this. They're not wasting any time, are they?
They are not. They're trying to cut through this pack real early. Miku getting contact from Cody there, and off he goes. There was someone else going round. Was that Nestor? Yep, we've got Cody round.
The rest of the pack did very well to avoid that, didn't they, when he was spinning over towards the barrier? So very good job from the rest of the pack. As Brian had a little bit of a spin as well.
Yeah, unfortunate for Brian, he goes down. Another casualty and all that was Mikkel. So both the DLX boys, casualties of the first run.
Impressive start from Aiden to get up to P9. Very, very good from him, and he was all over the back of Sopenham. As we're riding on board with Mav, Brizzing up the inside. So similar battles to the end of race 1 where we had these two together. So it'll be interesting what these two do, whether they both stick together and work their way catching Aiden in front, or whether they're obviously just Mav's going to get in the slipstream and try and get past, wasting no time after his dramatic race 1.
That's it, and it will be up to the top 10 for Mav as Brisbane goes a country mile wide off to a different postcode. There's Miku, he's dropped back, and that's let Mikkel through, so something happened with Miku. It's all kicking off up the front. Rikuipi 419, yeah.
We also got Matt and Rikuipi very close together, haven't we? Both trying to get a little bit of a slight gap, but there's not much gap. Was there a little bit of contact then between these two? Might have been, because I think 419 had to go take avoided action across the grass.
Yep, 2 into 1 doesn't go there, but no harm lost. Just good fighting, I think. Peck really showing a bit of aggression here in race 2 early doors. Alan though starting to close that gap for P4.
Mikhail on his charge back up the order up to 8th, so he's not wasting much time. He's got to close that gap down to Aiden, and then he'll nearly be on the back of the rest of them once he gets past Aiden and closes that gap up to Sopenham. And then obviously pretty close as we see Michael bash the wall on the exit of the last corner, and that only allows Alan to get up the inside and probably take P4 away from him.
It's looking like it. Rikuipi and Matt battling hard up the front. There's Rikuipi that holds on to lead. Everyone kind of going a little bit naughty and wide there. 419 went very naughty and wide. That'll be a speed token definitely used.
A little bit of a bump draft from Soap behind. Why not? He's ready for the slipstream down the back, down the straight. Try and get past Michael Peck in P5 to take P5 away from him. So there they go, side by side. Sopenham trying to get the outside line. Don't think that's going to work really unless he outbreaks Michael Peck, but yes, he does. So Sopenham ahead into P5.
Looking good. Mikkel going up the places on Aiden. Whoa, Aiden absolutely chucking the car across the curbs there. And triangle defence of P8.
Very good start from Aiden. That was impressive. I mean, yes, there was a bit of carnage, but he did well to avoid it, and he's kept up there with the rest of them so far. So decent start from him.
Very decent start indeed, and definitely got some pace about him at the start of this race. As on board with Miko, he's looking to try and make some places back. P12 right now. As we start to see a little bottleneck behind Aiden, which could bring some interesting things.
Yeah, they're all closing up behind him, aren't they, at the moment? Bit of a wind sail at the moment somehow. They've all closed up onto him, and he's just going to fall down the order, unfortunately, unless...
Yeah,
oh, he goes up the inside.
There's quite a few bumps going on there. Miku, another beneficiary out of this. Cars all over the shop. Yeah, it is Aiden who's unfortunately going to drop down the order on that one. Mav will make the run on him. Miku's going to have the run on Brizen here up the straight. And let's not count out Nestor though. This is the battle for P8. Mikhail jumping up the road by 3.5 seconds already on this squabble. And you can see Mikhail already braking for the chicane. Nestor going to have a better line here than Miku. So, the battle will continue for P8 for now. Brizen all over the back of Miku has not given up either. And it is all kicking off. Aiden dropping a bit further back as well right now. Let's see, we've got a little squabble going up ahead now between Matt and... In fact, we've got a big battle. 419. We're going to sit on board 419 right now, and this is the battle for the lead.
Yeah, they've all closed up, haven't they? So you've got the front two, a little bit of a gap, and then you've still got Alan in P4, so he's had a decent start to get up there and be back up there. But the main battle between the top three, we have GOVEE running very, very wide. Gets back on, no harm done. But very decent battle between these top three at the moment.
Yeah, we always have these lovely little top of the field battles. Around about the midway point of the race. 13 and 3/4 minutes left to go here, race 2. And what a reverse grid race it has been. We're about to go 3 wide, up the back straight towards the chicane. And GOVEE just holding the advantage right now. Matt looking for a little move as well. 419 thinks there's an opportunity to go for it. Contact between 419 and Matt. And it looks like it is going to be Matt who's worse off. It is indeed.
Yeah, definitely still just trying to rejoin now, so he's lost a lot of positions down to P7, so it's gutting for him.
Yeah, and it's Miku's obviously had a little mistake somewhere. He's dropping down the order as well, so not good for Miku, not good for Matt.
Well, I think we see Aiden's got some problems as well. He's out of the race.
He's had a pit, so he's back in. Sopenin, however, battling hard for P2 right now against Alan. Looking to go up the inside. Alan looking to squeeze Sopenin before they get into turn 1.
Very good battle between these two now. Sopenin trying to get up the inside. Yes, he does. Runs over the curb. I thought he was going to run wide, but he kept that onto the curb. And now we've got Alan behind, so he's going to try and slipstream. Or is Sopenin going to try and pull away and catch up towards GOVEE, because it's just over a second now separating the top two. But it's going to be interesting to see whether Sopenin and Alan can close up to GOVEE.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that one. So we'll see if that battle will happen anytime soon. Going back down the order right now, and it is 419 on Peck. Cody in P7's had a quiet run so far. Look at the time though, 1:23.98 from Cody. That's ridiculous. Peck has gone off at the chicane. Oh, almost more contact.
Yeah, nearly rejoined. And there was going to be a bit of contact if he'd joined it slightly earlier, but that's dropped my Michael Peck down to P8 now, P9 now, so he's having a fight with Brizen, P8 and P9. So some unfortunate bit of contact and just some slight mistakes. But obviously Matt and Peck, they're now similar areas after their slight mistakes they've had. But there's still 11.5 minutes, so good fight between these ones. Peck all over the grass trying to get well, a bit of speed, but now we've obviously got Miku in P11 trying to catch up to this top 10 battle. So it's great for him. Obviously, while he's continued battling, it's only going to bring him closer to try and get on the back and make his way up into the top 10 and further, because he's still got 11 minutes to do it.
He has indeed. Peck looking for a little move that was non-existent there. Miku all over the back of Nestor. Mav not too far behind either. So this is the kind of gateway to the top 10. And it is currently being held by Nestor, who Miku is all over the back of. Then it'll be Peck just in front of that. Then it's Prison. And then Matt's only a couple of seconds further up the road from P8. So we've got a couple of fast guys here making good progress. Cody is starting to catch up on the back of 419 as well. Alan and Sopanen battling away, and Rugweeby has a 1.7 second lead as it stands. It's Miku making all the mistakes there.
Mav getting a very good run, so he's now right up behind Miku. So whether he's going to try and stick behind Miku and get a good run on him and both follow each other, they're going to both follow each other through. That could work for Mav if Miku can close up on this top 10 battle.
That's just the thing, is they won't want to be having too many battles with each other. They'll be slowing them down. Oh, as we see Peck drifting his car around. Just a double drop of positions there. Miku in the top 10.
From him, though.
Yeah, very good control indeed. So that's, yep, positions gained by Miku and Mav. We have a good couple of battles going on behind as well at the moment. And it was Brian all over the back of Fiala there. And very nice livery there from Brian this week. Loving the look of that.
Yeah, we've got some nice liveries up and down the field now. Like we mentioned in race 1, there was a good little pack of different bright liveries. It's something I think we need more of here in the MX5s. I mean, we've got some nice liveries, but it'd be great to see a whole variety on the grid.
It would be nice to see a variety of fun and crazy liveries, but we do definitely have some great ones on the grid as it is, as we're looking at Mav looking to make a move down on Peck, and Mav just sends himself off to the Shadow Realm yet again, and not having the best of luck at all. Just under 9 minutes to go, and Mav will see himself right down at the bottom of the pack. Grid is kind of separating a little bit. Mikkel about the closest person to anyone on the grid right now. And it's Sopanen that he is closest to. Rugweeby getting a nice stretch out front.
Good fight between these two. Cody's made his way up. He's only half a tenth off Alan. Half a second off Alan, sorry. And he's done an absolute brilliant lap, his last lap, or a couple of laps ago even, a 1:23.8. So brilliant. Fastest lap of the evening I think we've seen from Cody and anyone else. So 1:23.8 from him, and he's closing up on Alan as he tries to make the move.
Whoa.
Going through, and he has, yeah. So he's up to P4.
Cody is flying. 8 minutes left to go, and he's making a charge up the pack. P4 at the moment from Cody, and we've got Mikkel and Sopanen battling side by side. McGreevy staying out about 2.5 seconds in front there. Anybody's game this second race, and it's well fought. It has been extremely well fought. Can't put that past anyone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rugweeby pulling away, isn't he, with these two battling? So main battle is for second and third now, as we're going to probably see Cody close on, because he's already starting to pull a little bit of a gap from Alan. So it's going to be interesting in a lap or so's time, when probably going to be a 3 or 4 way battle, maybe even for second place.
Well, if anything, if it's to go by times, it's only going to take 2 laps or so, 2.5 laps for Cody to be all over the back of this battle going on right now. Whether they can catch up with Rugweeby or not is a different matter. Prison and Nestor, they're fighting away for P8 again. Mikkel down the inside of Sopanen. Sopanen trying to make that line as tight as possible, but gets kind of pushed out onto the curb there a little bit. Mikkel will take the position. Oh, banging of wheels. Sopanen will not be happy about that. Here comes Cody.
That's going to promote Cody up to P3, so going to soon be a battle between Mikkel and Cody, which we saw in race 1, so this will be interesting.
Here we go, it's Cody. This is exactly what he would have wanted. Gap to the front though, 3.5 seconds. Let's see what Cody can do in clear air. Can he catch Rugweeby in the 6 minutes 20 seconds we've got left of racing here at Watkins Glen? Race 2 of the MX5 Cup at Phoenix Sim Sport. We've had a cracker so far. Miku is having a horrid race down in P12 at the moment. Fiala P11, Peck in P10. Mav way down in P14, 11 seconds off the back of Brian, who's just past Miku. So Miku's race going from bad to worse. On board with Mikael at the moment. And he is still all over the back of Cody. And he'll want to stay as close as he can. So Cody is using every single little bit of track. So put him still half a second behind this as well. So don't count them out. 2.6 seconds the gap to the front now. Cody has the foot down. And it's not going to be long until I think he's all over the back of Rugweeby.
I mean, obviously you've got Soapman in P4. If any of these make a slight mistake, just like a little bit running wide, I mean, it's only going to help Soapman to close up, isn't it? I mean, Alan's dropped away slightly, but he's in quite a comfortable position in P5, is Alan. Got a bit of a gap behind him as well, so not too bad of a position for him. He's done a good, consistent night so far tonight.
Well, it has, and it's going to be good points in the bag. That gap at the front down, though, another half second. At this rate, Cody will be on the back of Rugweeby before the race is out, and he's making gaps to Mikael as well, so Cody is flying, pinging his MX5 off the curbs right now. He's chucking the thing around like a go-kart.
Yeah, definitely. Just noticing Aiden doing a very good job. Great awareness to let the leaders through in this battle. He was getting right out of the way, even using the escape road at the chicane. So great to see he was aware and letting them through. Some good stuff from him, even though he's having a bit of a bad race now.
Some good awareness then from Aiden, as he's had to make a pit stop. He made a pit stop early doors, but he's still in the running. That's the thing, he should still get points. I can't remember how low the points tally goes down in MX5, but you know, you don't get points if you don't finish, so he's still hammering on. As Cody sets another fastest lap, 1:23.7, and that gap now within a second at the front. Rugweeby is in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. He's absolutely flying now. It's only going to make... Cody's going to be becoming even bigger and bigger in Rugweeby's mirrors, so it's only going to maybe unsettle Rugweeby a bit, but it's going to be interesting as he's got that gap down to half a second now, so it's going to come even more down along the straights. It's going to be very interesting.
It'd be such a shame. Rugweeby has held this race so well without any trouble from the start. But with just over 3.5 minutes left to go, Cody is all over the back of Rugweeby. Can he hold it together? Look at the speed difference. Cody is on fire right now.
Yeah, great through the chicane from Cody, wasn't it? I mean, closing up through the tighter chicane areas right over the back of Rugweeby now. And is he going to try and make a move into this corner, or is he going to try and get the slipstream and do it along the straight? I reckon he's going to sit behind him, isn't he, and get a good run out of the last corner. Yeah, that's what he's going to do, and then try and get the slipstream and make the move into turn one, I reckon.
I think so. It looks like you're exactly right. He's going to have the ping on Rugweeby here as he comes off the curb. Is he going to look to the inside? No, he's going to bump draft Rugweeby along a little bit.
Perhaps he's thinking work together for a little bit, because Mikael's not far behind. If there was any carnage, we have Rugweeby has a massive slide, doesn't he, around turn one, manages to hold it. So it's only the pressure getting down. Cody looks to the outside. Cody looking around the outside, runs out wide to try and get the inside, slots back behind Rugweeby now for now. And he's only going to get more and more slipstream. Gives Rugweeby another bump draft along just as we're going onto the straight. So helping both of them maybe to try and slightly pull away from Mikael, like I mentioned. But it's great racing between these two. It's going to be interesting what happens in the last 2 minutes of the race.
Very interesting indeed.
Hopping and skipping over the curbs. Rugweeby still trying to hold that advantage, isn't he? But obviously you've got Cody with the main pace advantage. And like we've seen all race along with him carving his way through the pack. But right up behind him. Mikael not far behind these two now. Only half a second off them. It's going to be very interesting, I think, as we're getting into the last couple of laps of the race.
It's going to be an absolutely stunning finale. It would be great to see Rugweeby getting a win tonight. He's had a rough week as Rugweeby, so it would be lovely to see him on the top step of the podium this week. And maybe that's some of the plans that's going on here. Is Cody playing the absolute wingman role right now? Is he doing the Valtteri Bottas to Rugweeby's Hamilton? and is going to absolutely defend like a lion to stop Mikel getting through. Was that the whole plan of this all along?
Yeah, I think it could have been, like I mentioned. I mean, he's playing a good game, isn't he, at the moment? But now, as he's under threat from Mikel, so Mikel tries to get up the inside of Cody, and he's going to try and slot through to take P2 off him. So it's going to be very interesting. They're going to try and go 3 wide.
Oh.
Cody now trying to just defend for his life, and you've still got, obviously, GOVEE on the inside. He's still going to have P1, but there's maybe a little bit of contact over the curbs.
Oh, RGB down to third. No.
So now we've got Cody in the lead, Mikel right behind him, and then GOVEE entered P3. So maybe if that was what they were planning, it didn't really work, did it, in a way? Because obviously you've got Mikel keep carrying on. Oh, there's a little bit of door banging between the two as they're coming up to lap Aiden. So Aiden, very aware, look, pulls over, lets these 3 through that are fighting. Great awareness from him. As we're still on board with Mikel in P2, with GOVEE right behind him, trying to get P2 off him.
And this will be it. That was it, across the line. And it is Cody who takes it from Mikel. GOVEE takes P3. And it'll be Sopen in P4, Alan in 5th, 419 in 6th. Nestor will take 7th. Matt will take 8th. Prison in 9th. Fiala should take 10th. Miku will be 11th by the looks of things. There'll be Peck in 12th, Brian in 13th, Mav all the way down in 14th, unfortunately. Then it'll be Louis in 15th, and Aiden at the rear of the pack in 16th this evening. Kirano, yo, welcome, buddy.
Oh, I think need to lie down after that. It was brilliant racing, like we predicted, wasn't it, Paddy?
It was absolutely fantastic racing from start to finish from everybody involved this evening. That was chaotic, to say the least. And I'm looking forward to the post-race chatter. Let's see what everybody is saying as we have Louis now coming across the line. And there we go. Across the line goes Louis, and another race done and dusted. So we'll have a little wait to see who's going to join us in the commentary box. And we'll get some driver interviews out of the way. This will be the last race for tonight, Carano, yep. And then we move into Saturday's fun. So, let's start moving some peoples up here. There's
that was a race.
That was a race. And we'll get your opinion on it in just 1 second. Let's see, there's anyone else coming into the commentary box this evening? 1, 2, 3. Oh, here we go. There's somebody we've not had in the commentary box before. Right, so we have some new faces in the commentary box. Nobody else doesn't look like it. So, gentlemen, we had some excellent racing this evening, to say the least. Action-packed, both races, start to finish. But I am going to start off with Mr. Peck. You had some interesting running in race 1. Probably not the best run, but race 2 you did yourself really well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly happy because I did a mistake going into the chicane, and that spun me, and I lost quite a few positions. But I was able to keep up the fight, keep fighting, and I think it's overall a pretty good finish. So,
yeah. I mean, it was a good run from you. You make it to the end, and that's what gets you points. So, are you confident that your driving's improving? That you think you're gonna, in the future, the results are gonna improve for you?
Yes.
Good.
Consistency is key. Yes.
That's it. That's it, man. And we definitely look forward to having you in the commentary box more often as well, because we don't get to see you much up here, do we?
No.
Yes, we'll have to make a habit of it. Yeah, exactly. We'll have to make a habit of it from now on then. But thanks for spending some time with us, and again, congratulations on some really good running. We have an ad break running, so let's just have a minute of chatting amongst ourselves, guys, because Twitch has bemoaned us with an ad. So, racing, that was fun. Oh, here we go.
It was really, really fun.
DJ Soperlin in the house.
Music. Yep.
Welcome to our serious vibes here at Phoenix.
Alright.
Post commentary
Back to the
with
interviews now.
Paddy. Oh
Well,
my god.
back to the interviews.
Well, we'll get to them in a minute. We're still ad breaks. This is like your 30 seconds of before you get grilled. Just waiting for it to get copyright struck.
No, this is like copyright free song.
Do you
Yeah.
think Twitch cares? Still probably copyright ban it for no apparent reason.
Hopefully not. If there is, just tell me and I won't do that again.
It's alright, I'll just ban you, it's fine. I'll put you on a press ban, that's what I'll do. Right, I think we're back. I don't know, it hasn't told me because...
I mean, on my screen it shows that yes, yeah.
Alright, we are back, okay. Thank you, DJ Sopenin, that was very, very nice of you. Since you are so eager to make some noises in the chat this evening... Oh, here we go again. I've made a mistake. I gave him a title, he's now taking advantage of it. So,
Just 2%.
Just 2%, just 2%. This is a nice little percentage. So talk us through your races then, Mr. Soperin. That was some good running from you.
Yeah, honestly, this one was really difficult. Of course, in the first race it was really hard. I kind of spun myself out, and of course in the second race I made it up with going from 12th to 4th. I was second for a while. Me and Mikael had a bit of a ding-dong, and also Alan was a bit feisty.
Oh my god.
But it was a feisty battle between me and Mikael. I was quite eager to get him, but he does what he's always doing. So yeah, I can't be really bothered with that. So yeah, I honestly feel bad for Miro. He deserved to win also today. He did a really great job, and I want to say also a big congratulations to Cody. That was a hell of a job, hell of a comeback as well.
Yeah, well, we're going to jump onto that one because there was a little bit of drama there at the end of race 2. And yeah, I do want to jump on board with Cody. Literally, if there was an award for Wingman of the Season, I think you would have got it this evening. Talk us through those final last couple of laps there and what looked like some absolutely gallant defending for Miro.
Yeah, well, Miro was, he was very passionate towards the end of the race. You know, he was making his intentions clear that he wanted to win. And, you know, sure, why not? I'll do him a solid. Maybe it'll pay off later in the season. And acted as his tail gunner for a couple of laps against Mikael. But on the final lap, when it all came down to it, I just had to try and do what was best for me. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it ended up. It was a lot of good racing, a lot of good battling, and yeah, I think that's something that can always be expected at Watkins Glen. So I'm glad I was able to participate in this round and you know, get to enjoy some of that.
Well, you brought some fantastic racing to the table today, Cody. It was absolutely great to watch you cut through the pack there, and you know, taking some serious advantages over some battles between like Mikael ahead of you and Miro actually taking some severe advantage after turn 1 after that. So yeah, it was great to watch you running both races this weekend, and we're looking forward to having you back as well.
Yeah, can't wait to
week.
join once more.
Oh, it's going to be more fun having you back, and this championship's definitely getting more lit by the week as it goes on. But thanks very much for joining us. But we're going to move on to Miro. So close to a victory there in race 2, but so good to see you on the grid this week. How you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm doing absolutely great, of course. Just upgraded my setup from single to triple monitor, so it's absolutely a great experience, of course. First race, yeah, of course, P6. I was at first catching the front guys, but it didn't work out after that. I'm way too tired. If I was in a better feeling today, that I could fought for the top. But yeah, first race P6, I'm very happy with that, and then second race, of course, almost got the win, but still very happy with P3.
I mean, yeah, after the week, obviously, to come back, that's some strong results. The second race, the consistency that you just showed this evening was phenomenal. It's such a shame that you didn't come away with a victory because it looked absolutely well earned after an early getaway, and as I said, you just drove that absolutely consistently. But that's looking good for the rest of your season, though, it has to be said. You're looking to keep this improvement going and aim for that top spot more often.
Of course. That's what I'm trying to do, of course. Trying to fight for the championship, so hopefully I can fight for more.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you back next week, and obviously with more hopes of a P1 finish for you. But yeah, thanks very much for joining us, and for tonight we're going to be calling an evening because TCR is going to be kicking off very soon and I'm being roped into that one, so let's see how bad I fail going round there. But from me, this entire team that made tonight possible, we thank you very much. Jake, amazing joining me in the comments box again, made tonight very wonderful, so thanks very much for that, Jake.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been great racing. I'm glad I didn't race in the end because there was so much to commentate on. I don't think you yourself would have just been able to keep up with it all. It was great action-packed, wasn't it?
Oh, I would have just had an ice cream headache, that's for sure. I would have melted. And a big shout out to DJ Soperin for the big beats at the end as well. Couldn't do it without you, my man. But we'll be back tomorrow. Well, Mav will be back tomorrow with ACC. Bright and early at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for you lazy people, and then it'll be me and Jake in for LMU in the evening. So until then, take care of yourselves. Thanks for joining us and have a great night. See you later. Good night.
Later.